water in the cabin, and I'm afraid it's going to freeze. So here it is 4 days later, Easter weekend, or just about, and I have to go back to the cabin. Here's the problem. It got worse than last time. The wind, we got about another 8 inches of snow. The wind came up and drifted everything in. And I'll turn you around and show you, I got my pack ready to go. But the road that I just came in on, it's 4 feet drifts on either side. And they just plowed it, was the only reason I could get in. So I'm not going to show you the hike in today, but I do want you to know, haha, there it is. And I guess it'll be an hour again. Let's see how this weekend goes. Not sure a lot's going to go on other than me just hanging out. So that's just the road I came down, and they had just cleared it for me. So if we kind of slowly spin around here, down there's my sled that I'll be pulling in, and there is what was a road. So we'll see you in a bit. So last time we were here, those lion tracks went right up the hill over here, but now there's not even a road anymore. The wind is blowing it in, so we're going to come up through there, and back in those woods is where the cabin is, but there should be a road right there. You can kind of see where it dips down, but it's completely gone from the blown wind. So like I said, this is way worse than it was last week, and here we are, the 28th or 29th of March already, and we got this much snow still to deal with. Look at how rough this road is from the freezing and the drifting and the blowing. It's brutal going. Let's just quick turn around, and there you can see my track where I came from. We're probably on a 6 to 8% gradient right now. So I got to go about 100 steps, stop, rest, go 100 steps again. It's tough. Looks like we made it. All right, here goes. Now let's try to not fall down myself. That's a wee bit of snow, people. But cabin looks good. Snow slid off the roof. Solar panels are clear, so whoo-hoo. So this was the reason I had to come here. I left our water bucket that catches the drain water in the sink underneath the sink, and I forgot to empty it, and it froze. So I was lucky enough that when I got here, it wasn't frozen so hard that the pail broke, but I dumped it over, and look at this. It looks so cool. The inside of it was hollow, or was full of liquid water, and it drained out. So now I've got this kind of shell of ice, and that was what was underneath the sink. Really cool. Time to go get more wood for the fire. Look Look at the snow again. I had to shovel it off. The tree was buried again. And my paths that I have stomped down, most of them are gone, but let's come in here, get underneath here and do some loading of firewood. All right, loaded up. Got my bag ready to go again. This is that wood that last week Stella chopped up for us. I like having a wood shed so close that you only have to take about 10 steps to be back in. There we go, that'll heat it up, and one of my fans is already running. The other one will kick on any second now. Good night. Well, good morning, and it is a beautiful one out today. Sun just came up. It's about 7 a.m. And today we're going to try to maybe burn a little bit more wood, chop some wood, and just kind of have a relaxed day. Back over there somewhere is where the pile is for the log cabin, and I'm going to probably have to go dig that thing out again too, because it is really buried. And I think in one of my previous videos I said, you know, we get lots of snow out here. Well, this has been proof. It's been a pretty snowy winter. So anyway, got to get inside. I got to make my coffee, got to make my bed, got to get a fire started, and just get the day underway. See you in a minute. There you go. Bedroom to living room, just like that. Now, like always, to start a fire, I'm gonna take a little bit of the bowls that I use, paper bowls, some paper that I had laying around, and I'll stack this full of kindling, throw it in the fire, and we'll be ready to go. remember my motto? One match. And you can see we got a little something going. We'll see how good my one match works. All right, that's getting started. Let's make some coffee. So one of the things I did is I started up the refrigerator. Now that we have 12 hours of sunlight a day, the solar will work well enough to be able to get us enough power to run that. So now I can keep frozen foods and leave things here when I'm not around. And normally that's less than 2 weeks at a time. Still bringing water from home though to drink. That should be ending here in another, I would guess, few weeks. But the way this winter's gone with, there's so much snow out there. Who knows how long it's going to be till we're able to fully open the cabin with water as well. For the first time in a year and a half, I had to replace my 20-pound propane tank that runs this stove, and it has been so efficient. How good at coffee today? We'll do some of the good stuff, I guess. All right, that's rolling. Get the fire more. Well, look at there, my one did it. So let's get some smaller wood in there. And now we're ready to throw some of our bigger stuff. There we go. My Colorado cylinder stove continues to do its job. I do have, let's see, I've had it now about 3.5 years and using it quite a bit. And the grating down here in the bottom that holds up the wood is finally starting to show some wear. So I've got a spare one here, and this spring when I clean everything up, take the bricks out, get all the ash out, clean my chimney pipe and all of that, I will replace that grating that's in the bottom. So try to think of things that could go wrong or that need to be fixed, and that's one of them. So when we put it away for the summer, we'll do that. One of my favorite sounds, coffee percolating in the morning, and next to it I'm cooking up some old-fashioned oats, rolled oats that is, with some dried fruit and nuts in it as well. Gonna have a good hearty breakfast before going out and getting to work. A blue jay just landed outside the window. They're back, and that's a sure sign of spring. Plans for the morning have changed, And right now you can tell why. The wind has just come up. And so I was going to take that big pile of branches and trimmings and bring them over here and burn them today because of all the snow, but with the wind gusting the way it is, it's just not safe to do that. I will prep it anyway, so maybe if the wind goes down later this afternoon or this evening, I can still burn it. I also noticed that right over here, my maul is sitting on top of the chopping block where Stella left it last weekend. So I'm going to chop some wood anyway, and then get that put away. Still have to go down, check my trail cam, you know, the one down the hill that's a good hike away, and that'll require snowshoes, obviously. And then finally, I'm gonna dig out my logs for my log cabin, and hopefully the sun then can start melting the snow around there and I can start getting to work. So that's gonna be a little bit tougher because it just keeps building and building and building on top of what's been there in the past. So worst case scenario, I sit inside, I read a new book I got. It's called Trapline Chatter. And it is a book about Bob Hart, who is just a legend in Alaska trapping. So it's just stories from his trap line. He has passed away since the book was written, and actually prior to the book being written. And he was on the TV show The Last Alaskans. And it's one of the reasons that I just absolutely love the outdoors and try to emulate and work hard like those folks do, even though I know what I do out here isn't even close to the life they live up there. So let's get after it today, and hopefully we have a great day. Well, got the snowshoes on. It's just solid ice over here. You can see the indention there of where I used to have the little burn pit, and that's where it's going to go again. So I'll stomp that down. Then boy, there's a lot of snow out here. That pile right there is the one that we're going to bring over here and prepare for cutting. So get some stomping done, get the chainsaw out, cut that up, start moving it with the sled. I think rather than going over these drifts down here, what we'll do is we'll come around this side and start working on that pile and tree for now. Forgot my ear protection, let's call it. I'll be right back. we'll keep working on this. Some of this is going to be firewood. Majority of it just going to the burn pile to get rid of. All right, we'll let this sit while we get another load, and you can keep an eye on it for me. Work smarter, not harder. I'm going to keep this pretty under control. The wind does keep coming up, and I just want to make sure that I don't have anything blow away on me. So we'll keep an eye on it. I'd take my snowshoes off, but I'm just going back and forth between here and the fire and the pile, and it's just too hard to work. So I only got 2 pieces off that pile that I can use. The rest is punky, and I'm going to burn it. Knew it was a matter of time. Well, that's cleaned up and the mall's put away, Stella. Now you can see I didn't chop up a ton, but I have enough in here now that I've refilled what I've used the last few times I've been out here. So I'm in good shape, easily to make the winter. And this over here, as you can see, is slowly starting to burn down. I emptied out about half of the tray or the sled again. That's slowly and easily burning down, and I just love the sound of this. Well, this is as good as I'm going to get this cleaned up down here for now. All of the rest of that is frozen in. I got the tree cut back as far as I could and as many branches, so I'm happy with that. That's a lot of work done. So just gonna burn the pile down to nothing. Got my wood chopped, so it's almost lunchtime and probably a nap. I don't know, what do you think? I'm gonna go down and check the trail cams, but remember, this is where Stella and I were walking just 5 days ago. And look, you can't even see that we were here. There's little indention, but that was the pile she was taking wood from. So I'll go down, see if I can find anything on there. The other two trail cams didn't have anything, but I'm hoping this next one does. Talk to you in a minute. This is how you know grouse are around. That is a bunch of grouse droppings. So they must be sitting in the tree right above here and just dropping it down. That's what's called a dusky grouse. Look familiar from last week? As Yogi Berra would say, it's deja vu all over again. Love his stains. Kind of like when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Look at how deep that hole has gotten. That's crazy. But I shouldn't have to worry about fires. It's freaking snowing. Again. When it's supposed to be 60 and sunny. What the heck? Well, just like we started our day, the bed is made. And we're just going by the light of a nice little oil lamp. I love the light and the feel that it gives off. So we'll see you in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning. Yeah, that's what it's like today. Super windy. So it's a beautiful day, but I am going to really only pack up today and clean up and get out of here and not forget to take the water out this time. So I'll let you know when I get back to the car. Oh, before I go, I got to show you the hole that melted from all that wood I burned yesterday. It is unbelievable how deep the snow is and what happened there. So I'll walk you over, show that, then I'll get back to cleaning up. So there you go. That snow pile, or I'm sorry, that wood pile burnt down all the way to the ground. It's a solid 3 feet deep, the hole, when you look at it that way. But I do have to show you other things that I think is really cool. So, you know, over here is where I walk in and out, but stomped a path down here. It's kind of like playing a game. Stomped a big old path going over there to clean stuff up. Have another path coming across over where I was chopping wood. Another path that comes down here to the wood pile. And then we go over here, path back down to the cabin, path down around the woodshed, just path after path after path. And you can hear the clanging of the wind chimes, but also just keep spinning today. Time to pack up. Well, here we go, hiking out. Taking out this extra cylinder to get that thing refilled, to get 20 more pounds of propane. And cabin's ready for me to leave again. So here we go. I'll head on out and we'll talk to you when we get back to the camera, or to the car. Bleh, can't speak English today. Well, the drifting must have stopped a little bit at least over the last couple of days, but the snow has turned into complete mush. My snowshoes, I put my lightweight ones on that aren't quite as big, and they're just sinking. Well, I stand corrected. It all came in. The drifting, that is. And the road seems to clear a bit over there. That's where I'm going, where that road disappears. So, see when I get there. Sorry for the wind, but I had to show you what a perfect day looks like in the mountains. I have my snowboard for over there. Snow goes away, please. That'd be awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And again, do it yourself.